Imagine a dusk-drenched desert sky where the horizon starts to move. A clear evening gives way to a tornado. But it's not the weather. It's a living, breathing, leathery blizzard pouring out of caverns deep within the rocky substrate. That's right, it's bats. Specifically, the Brazilian free-tailed bats living in southern Texas. When they get together, they really get together. It's an airborne, synchronized performance with innumerable dancers. But sticking together is one of the best ways to survive here in life, death, and taxonomy.
Welcome back to Life, Death, and Taxonomy. It's your 30 minutes of interesting animal information. I'm Joe.
And I'm Carlos.
Thank you to Cassie for the creation of our theme song. To hear more of Cassie's music, please search Cassie Michelle on YouTube or Spotify.
And a very special thank you to our patrons. Thank you so much for your support. It's greatly appreciated. Thanks for helping us keep the lights on. If you'd like to donate, just visit patreon.com/LDTaxonomy or click on donate on our website at ldtaxonomy.com.
And today we're talking about a friendly sky rat, but more on that later.
This isn't our first time talking about the sky rats.
No.
They're an interesting bunch. But which one are we talking about today?
We're talking about the Brazilian free-tailed rat. He's not a free-tailed rat. You have to, if you get one, it's not free. It's also known as
it's not a rat.
Bat. Did I say rat?
You said rat.
I should have said that at the top. Mexican. It's also called the Mexican free-tailed bat. I guess depending on which country it's from.
Which country you happen to be standing in when you see it, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it could also be called the Texan free-tailed bat in that case.
Or the Caribbean free-tailed bat.
The country of Texas. The Republic of Texas.
Mm-hmm.
It's also called the... What?
It's called free-tailed because it's got a little mouse tail. Usually they're connected to their wings, if they have got any kind of tail. But it's free-tailed. It's got a little rat tail.
Unencumbered.
Yeah. Unincorporated.
It don't need no membrane.
No. It's insane outside the membrane.
Insane in the membrane. It's also called the Mastiff bat, which is if I were going to give the name of Mastiff to a bat, I would pick the biggest one, but that was not the case here. But we're going to call it here the Battle Hymn of the Republic of Texas, I guess.
Nice. We're just talking about that.
And Batapalooza. Batstock also works.
Yeah. Batstock?
Like Woodstock?
Oh, bats talk.
Batstock. It's like whenever you say they got that one Avenger with the bows and arrows. Is that a hot guy?
Hawkeye? You want to know what science calls it?
Sure.
It's in the kingdom you know, love, and are in. The kingdom is Animalia. The phylum is Chordata. Class Mammalia. It's a mammal in the sky. Order is Chiroptera. Family is Molassidae. The genus is Tadaridae. And the species is Brasiliensis. Tadarida brasiliensis.
Yeah. Well, we're doing bats, and bats have quite a few collective nouns. So that means we get to do my favorite part of the show and the listener's favorite part, critter groups. The part of the show where I ask you, Joe, a question, and that is the same every time. What is the name of what is a name for a group of this animal, or what is the term of venery, or what is the collective noun? If you saw a group of bats, which in this case would be a sight to behold, would you say it's A, a camp of bats, B, a cluster of bats, C, a cling of bats, or D, a calendar of bats?
I'm going to go with the cling of bats, final answer.
That is incorrect.
Which one was it?
Camp. It's a camp of bats.
All right. Terrible.
I think last time we did a bat, it was cauldron.
Stupid. I want an ornament of
Cauldron
bats. Because they
Just pick a
dangle
word.
like an ornament.
They do. A mistletoe of bats.
Yeah.
Mistletoe. For the first time in my life, I'm thinking of that literally as just the fastest like Muay Thai kick in the world.
I think it's not spelled quite right.
No, it's not.
But do you want to know what it looks like?
I sure do.
Well, they have... I don't know why I'm reading this off my phone. They have short, velvety fur. It's typical of reddish brown, dark brown, or grayish, sometimes with lighter patches. Looks like a bat. It looks like a bat. If you can picture a classic bat, it looks like that. Kind of cute, actually. When you think of a bat, it might be this bat, unless you know a particular bat.
I think of fruit bats when I think of bats.
Fruit bats?
Fruit bats first, and then like vampire bats with the leaf nose bats.
The pug nose?
Yeah.
Oh, the leaf nose. This is like the vampire bat shape, but you make its nose cuter. It's got a little dog nose, actually.
It does. There are some pictures that make it look very not cute, and then some pictures that you could make a plushie out of. So, like a little mouse nose.
Yeah. The most distinctive feature is their free tail. The tail extends well beyond their uropatagium, which is the membrane that connects the legs and the tail. Now you know that word, because it doesn't apply to this bat as strongly as it does other bats.
You know this word because of its absence.
Extends beyond the uropatagium.
Uropatagium.
Uropatagium. They're often making up.
You kiss your mother with that mouth?
The tail makes up to half their body length, which gives them there's a special look and their special name. And they have a broad, rounded ears that are forward-pointing, wrinkled lips, long, narrow wings suited for fast flight, and somewhat flattened skull shapes. It's a cute bat. Most bats are kind of like a cute in a small furry thing kind of way, but then you look them in the face and they're nasty. This one is the closest contender to a cute face.
No, I mean, look at a fruit bat. Look at a flying fox.
Flying cute. Fox, yeah. That's true. They're kind of in a league of their own. I just typed in fruit. I don't know what I expected.
You're gonna see some cute fruit.
Some of these fruit bats are kind of like cross-eyed, so they look kind of dorky. There's some pretty nasty looking bats out there. One of them looks like an absolute Jersey Devil. The hammerhead bat. That's the Jersey Devil. Yeah.
The hammerhead bat.
Absolutely. Right. There's pictures of people touching it. Definitely not that. It's cursing you as we speak. Your curse buildup. Bat? Yeah. Do you want to? That brings us to its relative size. You mentioned the flying fox. That's the biggest bat. This is not the biggest bat. Let's talk about how big they are. Welcome to the Love Measure Up segment, the official listeners part of the show. The part of the show when we present the animal size and dimensions in relatable terms through a quiz that's fun for the whole family. It's also part of the show that's introduced by you when you send an audio of yourself saying, singing, or chittering the words measure up into ldtaxonomy@gmail.com. We have reached the hour of the night where I can no longer say things quickly. I must enunciate, or else it will not happen.
The witching hour.
The witching hour.
And if you don't pronounce that well, that's going to go poorly.
Yeah. Without further ado, the listeners' part of the show. Whose maniacal laughter is that?
Is that... what's his name? Is that the thing from Fantasia?
No.
The big gargoyle thing?
No.
Chernobyl? I don't remember what it's... Turducken?
No, Turducken. No, it's, I'll give you, the person he's laughing at or to, but not with, is Batman. And his
Dracula?
real name is Kirk Langstrom. It's not Dracula.
Langstrom. So we didn't just hear a bat.
We did, kind of.
Kirk Langstrom.
He's not a Batman.
He's a man bat.
That's correct. That's a man bat.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah. Yeah.
I've never heard of or seen any man bat.
He's first
material.
introduced in Batman comics. Yeah, he's a Batman villain. Turns himself with a potion into a man bat.
I'm sure the writing team for that one was, patting themselves on the back. We did it, guys.
It's a pretty clever way to talk about nouns and adjectives, especially in the animal kingdom. Batman is a man with the qualities of a bat. Man bat is a bat with the qualities of a man.
Right. What's its primary typing? What's its secondary typing? Is its primary typing man, and then secondary typing bat?
Technically, man bat. His primary typing is he was born a man. He took a potion that made him more bat-like. But
he's more bat than man now.
He's more bat than man now. Yeah. Before we talk about the size, Stone Kite on Spotify says everyone loves my name. We talked about the name Stone Kite being really good.
Yeah, it sounds like the coolest dragon, the most powerful dragon.
Everyone loves my name. Gamer tag is Stone Kite 420. Blaze it. Wow.
Okay.
Classic. That's a classic gamer tag.
Is it Stoned Kite?
No, it's Stone Kite. It's supposed to be an oxymoron. Supposed to be an oxymoron.
like a Led Zeppelin.
Yeah, but also on the basis if you could carve a pumice into a kite, it'd work for about 10 seconds before turning into dust. Says Stone Kite.
If you could carve pumice into a kite.
I don't know. Like a pumice stone is not lighter than air. But if you could
volcanic rock.
If you could make it thin enough, yeah, it might catch air. Yeah. But it's porous. So would the air pass right through it? You know? I don't know. That's a good experiment. Somebody try to make a pumice kite.
Someone make a pumice kite. And
you will make a stone kite.
Yeah. Just make it very thin.
But it's probably too brittle to be that thin.
I still think just like instead of a hell kite, it's a stone kite. Just an awesome giant stone dragon.
Oh, I see.
The Great Stone Dragon.
Yeah.
Pretty sure that's from Mulan, right?
Sure. So these bats weigh about 11 to 15 grams. Roughly the weight of a couple quarters. We're just going to not do the imperial system. I'm just going to tell you its weight in quarters.
That's better than grams.
The abaru nut from the Cerrado tree. I think that's Cerrado. Cerrado. Cerrado.
Yep,
Or
means
Cerrado.
closed. Cerrado.
Cerrado. Yes, that's correct. 2 R's. White dragon. The baro nut is a protein-rich, nutrient-dense, and low-calorie nut compared to other nuts. Sounds like the perfect super nut. Superfood.
It probably tastes not great. The
Tastes
better
like
a
tree.
food is for you, the worse it tastes. That's what I'm learning in life.
Low-calorie, protein-rich. Yeah. So is bugs.
True.
So is bugs.
So is bugs.
They're native to Brazil. What a surprise. True or false, a baru nut is the same weight as a Brazilian free-tailed. 15 grams. 11 to 15 grams is the bat.
Weighs as much as what it costs to get a Sam's Cola or a,
Yeah.
or a Mountain Lightning. I'm going to say the nut is heavier.
So false?
I imagine it's a big one. So yeah, false.
Final answer?
Yeah.
Correct answer is true. The baru nut is about 10 to 20 grams.
I was thinking that maybe it's like a jackfruit or a durian, just a big thing with a
Great big
nut
nut.
in the middle, like an avocado.
Lower in
Nut.
calories, so it might be a lighter nut. Not as dense, not as actually dense, but not calorie dense either.
But you get your protein in vitamins.
Right. Well, their wingspan is 30 to 35 centimeters or 12 to 14 inches. Isn't that crazy? 14-inch wingspan, but the weight of 2 quarters. You got to be light to fly.
Yeah. I mean, birds, hollow bones and
That's true. You ever a bird land on you? It's like nothing.
it's like you don't even notice it.
Mm-hmm. The Toco toucan is Brazil's iconic large toucan species found in the Cerrado, Pantanal, and parts of the Amazon. True or false? The Toco toucan's bill is the same length as the bat's wingspan.
14-inch bill.
A big William.
A little bit too big. I'm going to say false again.
Correct answer is false. The Toco's bill is 7 to 9 inches.
Okay, yeah. There you go. Okay, maybe not a little bit too big. A lot of it too big, but
Yeah. But
the only
Still pretty
toucan I
good.
had referenced in my mind was Tukey from George of the Jungle. And that's not from South America.
No. But this this toucan. This is the toucan.
I know him.
The Toco
Samuel?
toucan is Sam. No, it
Samuel,
is.
my good friend, the toucan.
This is like this is everyone's picture of a toucan. What
I
an
don't know.
interesting animal. If you look like you
Toucan
can,
Samuel is my
apparently
favorite.
they can bite you pretty bad if you have one.
If they have a 9-inch beaks, then I'm sure they can.
Mm-hmm.
9-inch nails and 9-inch bales.
Males. Are you ready to hear some fast facts before we get into the biggest fact of all for this animal?
Sure.
So they're native to, no surprise, North, Central, and South America, plus the Caribbean, ranging from the southern United States to Mexico, Central America, and into northern South America, including Brazil, which is why its most common name references Brazil. In the United States, they're especially common in the southern and southwestern states, often dry, in dry, lower elevation areas with caves. They like to roost in colonies in caves, abandoned mines, bridges, culverts, buildings, attics, and other structures. Some colonies, I won't say that. I'll leave that to you. Brazilian free-tailed bats are insectivores, feeding mostly on insects while in mid-flight, using echolocation. Their diets include moths, beetles, flies, ants, and I'm assuming it's flying ants. They forage at high altitudes and over large areas emerging at dusk in spectacular swarms that people go to see if they can predict it. So this bat has a moniker as the fastest flying animal in horizontal flight. Is that true, though? They're excellent flyers with long, narrow wings built for speed and endurance. They may hold the record for the fastest horizontal flight speed of any animal, certainly any mammal. It's a low bar for mammals. But obviously,
of the flying mammals, it's sugar gliders, and then these guys.
Mm-hmm. Obviously, the fastest flying animal is the peregrine falcon in a dive. A 2016 scientific paper claimed the Brazilian free-tailed bat can reach horizontal flight speeds of up to 160 kilometers per hour, which is 100 miles per hour. That's really fast. Horizontal. Wow. Gravity is not your friend. It's not helping. Potentially making it the fastest animal in powered level flight. I like that. Powered flight. Not to be confused with if we shoot a gerbil out of a cannon.
Not to be confused with falling with style like the peregrine falcon.
Right. Yeah. We could shoot a gerbil out of a cannon way faster. Researchers tracked 7 bats using an airplane-based radio tracking system with a transmitter on the bat's back and receivers on a Cessna flying overhead. They recorded most bats at around 110 kilometers per hour, but one peaked at 160 kilometers per hour. So they recorded another outlier at 200 kilometers per hour, but they discarded that number because it was too high. Are you seeing any problems yet?
It was in the slipstream of the plane.
No. I mean, there's some skepticism, obviously. Tracking the tracking positions were taken every 2 to 5 minutes with positional errors of up to 50 to 100 meters. So this is an animal that is 9 centimeters in body length. 100 meters for the position of a 9 centimeter thing is pretty huge margin of error. In some distance estimates between points where smaller than some distance estimates were between points that were smaller than the error margin itself. So in other words, we took its position here and its position here, and its margin of error was so big that it overlapped the next position. Like that, yeah. That's
it could have been further than the next position.
Exactly. Yeah.
Why do we even science?
The fastest, the quote unquote fastest accolade is based on a single extreme data point. The 160 kilometer per hour came from just one instance. Most speeds were lower. And there was a faster one that was too fast that they were like, this cannot be true. So they threw it out, but they kept this other outlier that was 160, not 200. So there's I put a link to on the website and in the show notes, I think on Spotify, but there's a link to another video that goes into that study more deeply. But there's a good the study was published in 2016, but the data was collected in 2009. So with the transmitters they were using back then were 5% of the bat's body weight. So
That's
pretty good
significant.
for the time. It's significant. It's pretty good for the time, but modern technology could be more precise and potentially even smaller, or the same weight and capture more data. So they should do it again. I don't think we should call it. It shouldn't be the fastest, but some people are pointing out that
if it went that fast with 5% of its body weight on it, imagine how fast it can actually go.
True. But some people are also pointing out the fact that the lower speeds, 110 kilometers per hour, would still make it the fastest. I think still make it the fastest animal adjusted for body length, flying horizontally.
Oh, I think, but that's not. We don't want to have to adjust for anything. That's not what science is about. Science is about superlatives.
I know, but it's still like the record holder is some kind of bug. I forget what kind of some insect, like fastest for.
Right, yeah. How would you be able to beat like a housefly? How fast those things go?
But it would beat that bug, even at the lower. So
I would beat that bug
with a plane,
with a fly swatter.
Yeah. But that's all I got for that. Do you have any big facts?
Well, when I chose this one, I did not realize that its speed was going to be a contender for the major fact. I think this is one that I saw on the side of like a U-Haul.
I'm very glad you didn't do the speed because it turns out to be dubious.
Well, I would talk about how it's dubious. The dubiosity of it, yes. But no, I saw this stat, I think on the side of a U-Haul truck, and then did some research. Because I'm calling this major fact BatCon, the largest gathering of mammals on Earth. To get signed T-shirts from Hulk Hogan and play Magic the Gathering. Whatever con they're going to.
You're not a con man, I guess.
No. I'm a pro man. I don't touch the cons. So certain caves in Texas host colonies of bats, or in this case, camps of bats, numbering far, far beyond even the largest herds of mammals that we've come to talk about on this podcast. The most famous example is Bracken Cave, which you can go to and experience because it is home to upwards of 15 to 20 million individual bats. That's million with an M. And you could just see them all just come out at the same time. I think I've mentioned it on the show before, but on the University of Florida campus, they have a bat house. Mm-hmm. And Bibby and I went to that, and we were swatting away mosquitoes because it was like August in the swamp. But then right at dusk, I think it was like 100,000 bats came out of this bat house. This big, it just looked like a big house on stilts. And they just came just tornadoing out of this. And that was incredible. I was also very happy because I was like, please come and eat all these mosquitoes. Mm-hmm. But I can't, like, that's 100,000 bats, which to me is a massive number of bats. This one is 15 million on the low end. Million. So what is that? Like 150 times more bats than I saw, which is that I can't imagine seeing that. So every summer evening they spiral out of the caves in this vortex, similar like a tornado. This reduces predation risk, the safety in these swirling numbers. I guess if they're also going 100 miles an hour, it's kind of hard to pick one off. They're each individual. There's 15 million torpedoes, the weight of 2 quarters, flying around. And this can last for hours. They create plumes of bats that are visible on radar, and they look like storm systems on the horizon. I would encourage you to look up a video of this. I couldn't find any videos that like really grasp the scale, but you can see Bracken Cave and then just bats just pouring out of it for a while. But it'd be nice to see like, an establishing shot of all of the bats in the air. So there's a couple of reasons why the bats do this. I mean, a lot of bats get together in large groups. And the reason for this is to maximize their mating opportunities. Obviously, there are more bats there, so there are more fish in the sea, more bats in the air. They can do more scouting and share more information about potential feeding grounds to find more food. The heat generated by these millions of bodies helps them to maintain optimal temperatures for raising pups. So it's like bat HVAC.
Nice.
And or at least heating. I don't know. It probably doesn't keep them very cool. It is Texas after all. The bats consume hundreds of tons of insects. So these are insectivorous. Mm-hmm. They also eat moths, beetles. It's natural pest control. If the Egyptians wanted to stop the plague of locusts, they probably could have released 15 million Mexican free-tailed bats, and that probably would have done it. Their appetite saves U.S. agriculture millions of dollars annually in crop protection and reduced pesticide use. So bats are our friends because they kill bugs, and we all hate bugs. The sheer density of the individuals makes caves ecological powerhouses, because think about how much guano is sitting at the bottom of Bracken Cave.
Oof, it's probably slick.
It's probably not slick. It's deep. It's layered. It's caked. Oof. Millions and millions of bats sitting, hovering above the or hanging over the cave floor for decades. And that will change the molecular structure of the ground. Similar to the way that those African dwarf crocodiles, their whole like physiology changes because of they live in caves with bat guano. Guano is such an interesting thing. It's just animal poop, but it's got a lot going on ecologically. So there's a lot going on in these caves. And this stands as the largest known aggregation of mammals on Earth, specifically Bracken Cave. No wildebeest migration. We've talked about the wildebeest migration. That's like 1.5 million. Paltry, pitiful numbers. I would shout them out of my office if they came to me with those numbers. No human get together. I mean, I guess if you want to, no single human get together, I suppose. I guess you can call the island of Manhattan a single get together. But I would not compare it.
To a summer's day.
Compare the. But yeah, that is the Mexican free-tailed bat. If you want to, you can go over to Bracken Cave and see the largest gathering of mammals on Earth. Because everything's bigger in Texas.
Yeah, true.
That's all I got. You got anything else?
That's all I got.
All right, that was I said Mexican, but I guess it is Mexican. That was the Brazilian free-tailed bat. If you're out there in Podcastia, cozy up in a nice cave. Cake the ground in guano. And get together in the zillions, like the Brazilian free-tailed bat. Your life, death, and taxonomy.
Hey Taxonomy Titans, I just want to remind you that we have a Patreon that you can find by going to ldtaxonomy.com/donate. All of our episodes are uploaded there. Sign up for free to engage with us, leave episode suggestions, or chat with other animal enthusiasts. If you find it in your heart to donate, it will help us cover some costs and continue to make the show. Plus, we'll thank you every week. Most importantly, thank you all for listening.
Life, Death, and Taxonomy is my favorite in the world podcast.
That was an accident.